What's good with it, in the hood with it? You already know what it is right here, Gunner's Vlogs, man. We about to get it in. But before we do anything or say anything, guard! Shut up. Hit that like and subscribe button. Put it on all for notifications so you can be abreast of all the vicious content I'm bringing, all the realness and all the illness, because I got a whole lot of more. I said a whole lot of more coming for you this week. Now, trip out. I seen a video this morning. Leche 74, Milk 74, it's Milk's TV. He did a video saying, was CMAC on an SNY yard? Now, first and foremost, shout out to CMAC, man. Respects. Let's get that right off the top, man. That man sat down and did his time. That man pulled up to his DP. That man handled his business and represented and continues to represent for what he truly believes in. That you cannot take from him. But let me dispel some of the rumors here right off the top, man, because I know better, so I'm going to do better, right? First of all, when Milk says this man was possibly on an SNY yard, first and foremost, Milk, just to let you know, because see, I've been incarcerated. A lot of people haven't been. For those of you that are questioning his ability to perform on a yard and do time on a righteous yard, there are no level 1 SNYs. Okay? There are no level 1 yards in California that are SNY. This man did his time presumably on a level 1 or level 2 yard, right? Because he was only doing a little bit of time. This man did a quick turnaround. By the time he got to the state to do his time, he probably had 4 or 5 months left. It was just a quick turnaround. Now, in the Menudo style and direct fashion, there's always going to be those that try to tear a person's name down. There's always going to be those that try to put something on their plate that shouldn't be there, right? Hey, I don't fucking like asparagus. There's always going to be someone who always has something to say about what type of yard someone was on, having never even been in the county jail or a yard themselves. That's what's funny about this situation. Now, we all know Milk sits back on the island and continues to ridicule fools. And I got nothing but respect for Milk. I like Milk. You know, I've never had no words, so to say, with Milk. But he does involve himself in a lot of people's business. And he's known for that. That's what he does. That's his content. Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. If he wants to say something, that's the way he expresses himself, let him do that. But when you say someone was on an SNY yard, you're trying to belittle them and throw them under the bus. You're trying to make them look bad, right? Now, it doesn't matter if that guy functioned on an SNY yard or not. I'm here to tell you, if he was on a 1 yard, there are no SNYs there. So obviously he didn't. But it doesn't matter with him. See, people are going to like him regardless. We're in a pick and choose world where people pick and choose who they're going to fuck with. They pick and choose who they like and who they dislike. Now, we all know, and let's just cut and dry. Let's keep it real. We all know Cmacc is 2 screws less of a sound mind, right? We all know he's what a lot of people would consider a J-cat. He's what a lot of people would consider an EOP guy. He's what a lot of people would consider not all there. But at the same time, this man is very smart. This man knows the game, right? This man got straight to it. He got out to get to that bag. Now, ain't nothing wrong with enjoying his content. Ain't nothing wrong with enjoying his creativity. A lot of people just look at him and laugh. But that man does nothing wrong. When he did something wrong within his hood, he pulled up for the DP. Hey, Mama Bear, don't worry. Everything's going to see all right. Right? On 55th, the man is about his business. The man is down to do what he does. And a lot of people can't say that they are. You know, when you're talking about, oh, he's SNY or trying to throw his name under the bus or make him look bad, but you know you got something coming if you go back to your neighborhood. You know you ain't trying to come about that apartment. You know there's a lot of people mad at you for one reason or another. Then you're the last person to throw rocks at a glass house, man. Shouldn't be doing that because that ain't cool. Now, let's talk about the SNY yards. For those of you guys that are just making assumptions and thinking things, an SNY yard is a sensitive needs yard. Back in the days, it would be considered protective custody, but they changed the naming on it because they started to send a lot of different individuals to these types of yards. See, back in the days, PC were for people who told on everybody and people who had weird cases, and they were protected away from the general population, pulled away, and of course segregated because they had some security concerns. There was definitely some concerns for the safety and security of their life. Right? Most people back in the days that went to protected custody, there wasn't very many that did, you know, That's where they wiggled. That's how they did it. Okay, the SNY revolution took over. They changed the name to the SNY yards, the sensitive need yards, because a sensitive need can mean anything. It doesn't necessarily mean you told. It doesn't necessarily mean you got a weird case. It doesn't necessarily mean any of that. It just means you have a sensitive need. They send people over there that are EOP, people that take hot meds. They send a lot of people over there that got security concerns because maybe someone has kited them out and they have an enemy, or they put someone on their enemy list. They got a concern, right? Now, of course, you're going to look at it any which way you try to twist it and turn it. And SNY yard does have that stigma. It does have that notion of being a bad yard. Well, if you're over there functioning with people with weird charges, if you're over there functioning and doing time with people who've told on people, then you are a bird of a feather that flocked together. You are considered that, right? But that's not always the case. A lot of these yards are known to be the most dangerous and serious yards in the California prison system because it's the wild, wild west. A lot of the individuals that go there don't have to worry about nothing. Now, there's been some concerns with me. Gunner, you've been on those yards. Gunner, you've done time here. Gunner, you've done time there. Don't worry about what I've done. Worry about what you're going to do and what would happen to you if you got incarcerated and locked up. Do I have a sensitive need concern? I'm going to be honest with you guys right now. I sure do. I'm concerned with which ortho I'm going to get next, right? I'm concerned on what I'm going to eat tonight. And I'm also concerned on if my kid did good at school, right? That's my sensitive need concern. I'm sensitive about it, right? And I got a concern like a motherfucker. If Cmacc was ever on a sensitive need yard, what does that mean? You're still going to watch him. You're still going to like and subscribe. You're still going to laugh at his jokes, right? And everything that has to do with him and his gang lifestyle has nothing and absolutely zero to do with you. So you could turn YouTube off. You could hit a button and go about your life. Go about making your money. Go about taking care of your family. Go about doing what you do, right? And not worry about what type of yard this guy was in. The fact remains he did his prison time. The fact remains he didn't tell on nobody or nothing. The fact remains he went to his hood and took his DP knowing he was going to get scraped, right? The fact remains he rocks a tattoo on his head that makes him a high profile target. You know, I've seen people be placed in sensitive need yards because of their tattoos. With a tattoo like that, if he would have went to the general population, if he was on general population, bad things could have happened to him because of what he was representing and what he represented. That could have got him in a lot of wrecks. But this man didn't go to a 3 or 4 yard. This man didn't have them type of points. This man wasn't out there wiggling like that. This man got caught with a fucking gun, got a little bit of time, had a good lawyer, was able to shake and bake on that, and went to a 1 or 2 yard, to which there are no SNYs on a 1 yard. Okay? When he did the video and he said, hey, the Southsiders, they wasn't as cool as the ones like you, that could have meant a few different things. That could have meant you're cool with me, we're friends, and they just weren't cool with me like that. Or that could have meant, yeah, they weren't functioning up under, you know, a certain situation or a certain organization, and that's cool. Not everybody rocks different, but when you're incarcerated, you're incarcerated. It's still the same struggles. It's still waiting on canteen. It's still fucking pissing in a fucking latrine area that smells like shit. It's still all that, right? Now, you say to yourself, and a lot of people say, oh, if you went to the SNY, you ain't about that. So you think you're really about that if you go to a yard where you know you're more susceptible of getting killed? If you know there's more chances to get at your head? Come on now, man, stop it. Be a man, be a real one, and think about the situation. You don't know what the box that you're put into until you're put into it, right? There's a lot of people that say, I would never go that route. I would never do it. Hey, you'll see a lot of individuals fold under pressure. You see a lot of individuals that you thought would have never did that does this. You know, the same homeboys that slicing you up, giving you the game, is smoking and trying to bone your old lady in the background. There's a lot that goes on. Guard, am I lying? I'm not lying, right? I'm just keeping it real. Facts. Now, Milk is the last person on earth that should be speaking on the CMAC situation and what yard he was on. You know, Milk talks about Gilligans. Don't be a Gilligan. He once told me when he talked about the raza, and then he came on my channel and did an interview and cleaned it up, and he said, Gunner, don't be a Gilligan. I said, hey, I come out the house, bro. I'm not on Gilligan's Island. See, I do what I does. I've always respected Milk and what he says and what he does. But at the same time, you know, I know people apply pressure. I know his homeboys feel a certain way about him. I know there's people that feel a certain way about him, you know. CMAC pulled up. Would he? Is the question, right? If Milk was incarcerated right now, where are you going, Milk? Where are you going? Don't say general. Don't do that, bro. Don't stop that. Don't say that, right? Until you're faced with where you're going, Holmes, is the only time you'll know. That vato, I ain't gonna lie. And I'm just saying, you know, I don't know him like that personally, but man, he looks like a perfect candidate for the SNY yards, right? I'm telling you why. Because people, when you've spoken on people's names, when you've talked shit about people on YouTube or wherever the case may be, any type of social media platform or in life in general, bro, you have a sensitive need concern. These vatos want to get you, homes. You need to get your sensitive ass up out the way or stay out the way up in your apartment, because if these vatos catch you, they got you. And if they got you, they get you. It's real talk in real life. Now, when people jump the gun, and I see a lot of people that have never been incarcerated, they hear SNY automatically, oh, he's a rat, oh, he's a punk, oh, he's weird. Right? Come on now, man. What happened to your big homeboy that was a righteous dude, done killed hella people, done put in work, all that, and then he just decides, you know what? I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of the lockdown situations. I'm tired of this. You know what? I'm going to go where it's more comfortable, where I can get my visits and network with my family. And he decides to go to SNY yard. Do all them kills not count anymore? Do all that work that he put in, your big homeboy, your righteous homeboy, is he now trash and basura and a piece of shit? Why? Because he's not staying on the yard where they're always incarcerated on lockdown, and where they're getting raided all the time, and where people are getting fucking clucked and murked. Nah, he decided he was going to bounce. Now, I'm not here to push poison and say it's cool to go to the SNY yard, because it's not. We live in a world of general population. We live in a world of GP. You must be around your adversaries. If you're living that life and you know what you signed up for and you're willing to put in work behind your cause, man, then do just that. But if you're not willing to do that, if you want to be your own man, if you don't want to do that anymore, if you want to get away from that because you've done put in work, you've done did what you had to do. Now you've decided that if for no other reason, it's over, homes. You have nothing more to give. Sangre por sangre. But I'm done giving sangre. It's all dried up, ese. Then a lot of these people do end up on the SNY yards. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad person or they're trash. Okay, I've had a lot of homeboys that did time on them yards, and they're going to continue to be my homeboys. I had a lot of family that did time on them yards, and they're going to be my family. There's not one body or one hood that you don't have a homeboy, a primo, a brother, or whatever that ain't did time on the SNY yard that you still don't fuck with. Yeah, I'll hold. Come on now, man. The world of pickers and choosers. I myself, I get a bad rap. You're a DO, you're no good, Gunner. Gunner's this, Gunner's that. But I seen a popular, and I mean a popular podcast just yesterday that had a well-known Southerner on the podcast and a vato with a big old huelga bird on his leg, and ain't no one calling him a DO, ain't no one calling him a dropout or non-active. And I'm here to tell you, if you ask that individual, he says, oh, I don't do that shit no more. I'm not into that gangbanging. I'm into podcasting. I'm into news. I'm into this and that. What's the difference? Because let me tell you about the North, homes. See, we can't step back. There is no doing the family thing. There is no taking care of your kids now and you're not part of the gang. If you step back, if you decide you want to be a family man, if you want to be a church man, if you want to do all that, you're still considered a DO. You're still considered non-active and a piece of shit. You're still considered a degenerate. That's just the way the North rocks. Now, the South is a little bit different. I know in some instances you're allowed to just go away. When there's more people, more manpower, more soldados, it be like that sometimes. They're like, whatever. If the vato wants to go take care of family, let him, homes. That's one less vato we have to worry about or we're concerned with feeding, right? So vatos ain't tripping, but in the North, it's very minimal. There's not a lot of soldados. So everybody must stick to the grind. If you signed up for it, so you got to go to the end or till you get whacked or till you are no good, really and righteously, right? So when a vato decides to handle his business on a yarda like I did myself or step back, automatically you're considered no good. So how's this podcaster sitting there with other Southerners who have spoken in the past about not doing any type of content or material with dropouts with the dropout? Because that's what it's considered. You can twist it any way you want to. But of course, people watch them, people like it, they laugh. Hey, they pick and choose. I myself did that, gente. I myself had homeboys that would get out of the weird yards. I myself had homeboys that would get out of 50-50 or SNY yards, and there's a vast difference. I had homeboys that would do that, and guess what? I still fucked with them. My homeboy's homeboy, the homeboy that was a gangster, fucked with them, right? Because we didn't care about what was going on behind the walls. All we cared about was how we were wiggling, making money, and doing our thing on the guys, and this was a righteous homeboy. We were righteously gonna rock. Period. Plain and simple. That's how it was, right? Now, if Cmacc was on an SOAR, let's just say, and I'm saying he wasn't, but if he was on an SOAR, who the fuck cares, man? Just like the blacks say, that's black business. That's hood business. His homeboys should be the only ones concerned and dealing with that and asking where, why, when, and how. It shouldn't be for the world to see. I don't think no difference of him, whether he was on an SOY yard or not. Doesn't mean I'm not going to laugh at his jokes. Doesn't mean on 55th Street, I'm not going to pay attention to what he's got going on because he's a content creator and he's a character on YouTube that I rather enjoy. I don't give a shit. The only time that I would turn the button and say I'm gone, bro, is if he had a weird case and weird charges. Then I got to go, SPM. I can't support you, R. Kelly. I ain't fucking with you, Michael. Because where did you come from, babe? I don't know where I came from, but I know where I'm going. And that's definitely to fuck up off your channel because you do weird things to children. That's what I'm talking about, right? I don't care if you drink Bud Light. Has nothing to do with me, right? If you're funny, you're funny. Just don't touch me. You don't touch me there. You know what I mean? The woods. Come on, brother. If you're going to touch it, touch it. You know what I mean? Listen. People that prejudge or judge people by, what they think and the stigma that's going out there, you're just trying to get views off the man's head and his name. You're just trying to disrespect his name because of an agenda. Stop. And this is for Milk, man. Milk righteously respects, But stop putting that out there to get this man hurt or to get this man shed in a bad light. You're getting your feria, brother. You're doing your thing. You're posting. You're making your content, man. You're wiggling, bro. Why do you need to belittle another man that just got out, man? Give him his flowers, bro. He got out. He made it. Not a lot of people can make it. Ask Money Sign Suede if he made it. Y'all hold. Not a lot of people can make it. Hey, guess what? I ate some Boston baked beans a little while ago. I got to wipe the chocolate off. Guess what? Money Sign Suede was active, right? Money Sign Suede was in general population, right? Did he make it back? Y'all hold. Come on now, man. Now he can't get that bag to take care of his family. Now he can't put his music out there. But he signed up for that. Nah, he didn't sign up to get stabbed in the neck, Holmes. He signed up to make music and signed up to kick it with his homeboys and righteously take care of his family. And in the process, man, he got whacked, right? So don't get mad if this man is able to wiggle, manipulate, and hit whatever type of yard he hit to get back home. He did what he had to do as a man to get back. It's called the art of war. It's manipulation tactic. Doesn't mean he's a punk or a sucker, because I know damn well right now, 100% Milk, you know it. Bro, you don't want no parts of CMAC. On 55th cuts, he could probably do something bad to you, right? Now, I'm not saying you're not a man and you won't hold your own and you won't step up. You know what I mean? I'm saying, come on now. Right now, Milk, say to yourself, look in the mirror, bro, beard, braids. You know right now, bro, that if you got incarcerated right now, you'd have a rough time in LA County Jail. A very rough time. Just like I know myself, me. I'm going to point the finger at me. I don't need other people doing it. They do it all day. I'm going to say me. I know if I got incarcerated, I would have a rough time with my homeboys. I would have to get off in R and motherfucking R. And believe I would, because I know the get down. See, I've been incarcerated, homes. I've been part of that movement. I know exactly what happens. I know why people are tripping and why they're not tripping. But all that, he went to an S and Y yard and he was kicking it and whoop-de-whoop. Hey, ask if that's going to stop his progression. People are going to still stay functioning with him because they like him. See, it's a pick and choose world, especially YouTube. Like I said, I'm all the deal. I laugh. I tell Dubs all the time, Dubs, I guess I'm the only dropout on YouTube. That's what everyone says. It's like people hate me, so that's the only thing they can say about me because they can't come up with paperwork on me telling them. They can't come up with this and they can't come up with that. Well, Gunner, you don't live in California. You live here. You live there. Guess what, Holmes? I live in your mind rent free. It doesn't matter where I live. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. If you enjoy my content, enjoy it. If you don't, get the fuck on down the road. That's just straight up because I can't be more realer than I am. I can't give it to you as real as I can. I don't got weird cases. I don't do this and I don't do that. All I do, man, is do my content and do it pushing, taking care of my children and being a man, being a brown man. Raza, that's what I am. I'm going to represent the people in the righteous fashion. When people are saying, hey, well, Cmacc was on SY. Cmacc, who gives a fuck, bro? Who cares what yard he was on? He's back. You either enjoy his content, like and subscribe, or you don't. It's that simple. And I know, Milk, it makes you feel good to throw an enemy under the bus. I know it makes you feel good to feel a certain type of way about a guy or to put him or to expose him or put him out there. But at the end of the day, bro, you know what I mean? You're sitting in your comfortable apartment doing it, bro. This man has pulled up to DPs. We've seen it. Sangre. We've seen him fucking go to hood functions. We've seen this man out in the community giving fucking Little Caesars pizza, taking care of the homeless, taking care of the people. So what? Now because you say he went to an SNY yard, that all that doesn't count? Nah, bro, it counts to me, bro. I seen him with my own eye. I seen the chemistry between him and the homeless people and him looking out of the kindness of his heart. And that's all that fucking matters to me. I don't care if he did his yard, if he did his time in Timbuktu, riding a camel with Mr. Capone. I don't care, bro. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters, and to be actual factual, is the heart, the cora, and the determination of him to go get that bag. And he's doing it just like you're doing it, just like I'm doing it. I don't care about was he on SNY, but to break the stigma and to let you know some real facts, there are no level 1 SNY yards. If you go to a level 1, bro, you're not functioning like that. You're not politicking or programming. They don't do that on them type of yards. That's fucking dorms, bro. You kick back in Georgia. Not saying I've ever been there because I haven't. And it's not a bad thing because I haven't. Shit, I wish I would have went to a 1 yard. I'd have wiggled, right? But you can't. It's not like that. Just do a little McFarland fucking time and do it pushing. You know, don't be like that at the Delano on a level 5 yard in a 280 building, right? Be righteous, man, and be real. Anyways, that's my 2 cents on it. You know, was he on the SNY or does it really matter, gente? Really, in real life, we're out here on the calles. Does it matter? Didn't touch no kids. That's all that mattered. With that being said, move smooth with a purpose. Get everything you want coming to you. And remember, at the end of the day, I'm going to keep dropping bangers, you know? That's my 2 cents, my perspective on it. Milk, nothing but respect. But I ain't being no Gilligan, because guess what? I ain't on Gilligan's Island. This is the gun, man. Fuck with it. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears this Raiders crown. Gunners Collective. Best recognized. Bang, bang.